Hey there everyone, welcome back to Film Top. Iranian-American surgeon, television personality, and author Dr. Younan Nowzardan, more commonly known as Dr. Now, is a specialist in vascular and bariatric surgery who has helped countless obese participants in TLC's My 600 Pound Life. But there have been times when he completely lost it with stubborn patients. Let's have a look at the top 6 times Dr. Now was insanely harsh on My 600 Pound Life. But before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out. Alright, let's get started. Number 6. James King. When he first appeared on the show, James King weighed a staggering 790 pounds. He was not only bedridden, but also couldn't walk or carry out basic everyday tasks without someone's help. When he appeared on the show in season 5, his weight was alarmingly high, which led to several medical issues. After a few consultations, Dr. Now clearly warned James and gave him a strict diet plan to follow. However, both James and his girlfriend Cynthia told lies and refused to follow Dr. Now's advice. A year later, James had to call an ambulance, and when he arrived at the hospital, he asked Dr. Now for medication, since his lower limb was swollen and infected. Dr. Now was compelled to unleash his wrath when he found out that James had put on more weight and his girlfriend continued to overfeed him. In the end, the doctor got pissed when James repeated the lies from the last time he was at the hospital. Number 5. Cynthia Wells. 42-year-old Cynthia first appeared on the show weighing 610 pounds. Being a single mother and raising 5 kids wasn't easy at all, but her excessive obesity and health issues made it even harder. Cynthia's 11-year-old daughter would often look after her on a daily basis. Since the time that she was in high school, being overweight had taken a toll on Cynthia's mental health, and she had even tried to end her own life once. While being so focused on looking after 5 kids, Cynthia would often neglect her own health, and as a result, her weight kept escalating over the years. However, after her consistent sessions with Dr. Now, Cynthia began following the doctor's advice and underwent surgery as well. After almost a year, she had lost 150 pounds. However, she still had a long way to go, so it wasn't the wisest decision to leave the show against Dr. Now's advice. According to Cynthia, she had joined the program for her kids, and she was now ready to change her life while being there for them. Number 4. Bethany. One of the contestants who rarely told the truth was Bethany from season 6. She joined the program after her uncontrollable habit of overeating couldn't be ignored by her family anymore. Bethany had been battling emotional issues and consistent anxiety, and along with a strict diet plan, Dr. Now emphasized on the fact that she needed to lose at least 15 pounds a month. In her episode, Bethany's imputing dishonesty was quite evident since the very beginning. Upon being asked whether her husband brings her unhealthy food, Bethany clearly refuses. However, later on, the cameras at her place revealed that her husband would in fact regularly bring her junk and snacks. Even though Bethany didn't admit for a long time that she wasn't following the 1,200-calorie diet plan, she later on confessed that she was lying. Consequently, Dr. Now had no choice but to be harsh towards her. Number 3. Jeanne Covey. Similar to many other participants on My 600 Pound Life, Jeanne's obesity had stemmed from her childhood after she began stealing snacks from her grandmother, who used to ill-treat her. In season 7, after weighing over 700 pounds, Jeanne is seen starting her fitness journey. But as it turns out, the trauma from her childhood was just too strong and stood in the way of her progress. In one of the most insane scenes on the show, Covey can be seen gulping from a full glass of soda at a gas station and even lights up a cigarette. Later, she gets lectured by Dr. Now on how she needs to work on her eating habits, since weight loss surgery won't be solving all of her problems. Number 2. Angela. Despite the medical staff's persistent efforts, a participant would never be successful in attaining a healthier lifestyle until they're dedicated themselves. Throughout the 8 seasons, viewers have observed several patients go completely out of control. One obvious example was Angela, who was quite a controversial subject during season 7. Initially weighing 643 pounds, Angela decided to seek the help from Dr. Now. However, her stubborn nature and repulsive behavior only meant that she was inkling towards self-destructive habits. She accused Dr. Now of punishing her when he revealed that Angela needed to shred more weight. Moreover, she refused to cooperate with the dietary restrictions, started taking drugs, and also didn't quit smoking throughout the time that she was on the show. At the end of her weight loss journey, Angela only lost 54 pounds and still continued blaming Dr. Now instead of taking responsibility for her own actions. Number 1. Shanae Murray. Appearing on the show in season 6, Shanae Murray was one of the heaviest participants till date. Not only was she morbidly obese, but also had an extremely quarrelsome nature. Viewers were sometimes shocked to notice how Shanae would continually argue with the medical staff on the show and often went against their advice. Her stubborn attitude and argumentative nature made her one of the most difficult patients Dr. Now had to deal with on the show. When she had started her weight loss journey on My 600 Pound Life, she was 27 years old, and throughout her episode, it's quite evident that she had been consistently lying to Dr. Now about her diet plan. Shanae not only ignored the doctor's instructions, but also crossed limits when her husband sneaked fast food into the hospital. Later on, it was no surprise that Shanae gained an extra 48 pounds instead of losing any weight. In the end, Dr. Now was so pissed and questioned her intentions regarding the weight loss. Shanae was later found quitting the show without reaching the finish line. Needless to say, these stubborn and uncooperative patients stood in the way of their own progress by refusing to listen to Dr. Now. And with that, it brings us to the end of our video. We hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't liked the video yet, it's not too late. Give it a thumbs up. We'll see you soon in another video.